Hello everyone. Do you want to speak English fluently and effectively? And the most important thing, do you want to speak it with confidence? If yes, I've got a magic trick over here. In today's video, I'm going to give you a method which helps you to talk about any topic in the right moment if you practice using this method. Now, what you will find inside today's video are three simple things. You will find how to actually describe an image. We'll talk more about describing an image in the later part of the video. Number two, how to check your responses, your grammar and your spelling for free. And third thing, you will find some sample images and answers at the end of this video. That's why I want you to stick till the end, because the main part or the main practice happens at the end of the video. Now, let me take you inside and help you understand how this method really works. But before that, I have a simple request to make. Could you please right now subscribe and like this video? You might have seen our previous content as well. If you really liked it, go ahead and please subscribe and like. Now, let's talk about the weekly table. I had created a day 1 video. This is our session 6 if I'm not wrong. In session 1, I had given a weekly data or a weekly schedule that you should follow. In this weekly schedule, we have already covered the movie clips. The video link is over here. We have already talked about the reading part. The link is over here. And in today's video, we are talking about how to describe an image to practice speaking in English. Now, on your screen, you have a picture. Is this clear? There is a picture on your screen. Now, the interesting part about this picture or this method is you can pick any picture. Any image that you find in a magazine, on Google, in somebody's phone, in your gallery, that image is perfect for this exercise. Now, what you should be doing with this exercise? You should focus on elements of the image. Focus on the elements of the image. This is an important word over here. I am teaching you how this method really works. First thing first, focus on elements. Now, can you guys tell me what elements do you see in this picture? Leave a comment. That's really important. I see some cushions. Okay, I cannot write on this maybe. Yes, I can write. I see some cushions. Then I see a table over here, right? I see a plant. So let me number them. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Then I see a carpet at the bottom, right? Along with that, I see some curtains. So I'll name it number 5. Then I see window, number 6. Then I see sunlight. Do you see sunlight over here? Number 7. These are the elements that I could see in this image. We have one more. We have a sofa. Let me take you back to the pointers. Focus on elements of the image. Once you have noticed all the elements of the image, you have to describe them in sentences. Here, details are really important for this exercise. These elements that you have counted, you have to start describing them by pointing out details. Details such as, what is the color of the pillow? Yellow. What is the color of the sofa? It's gray. What's the color of the plant? The plant is green. What is the color of the curtains? Transparent white. So these details are really important when you describe any image. Third thing, use adjectives to describe the items. Bright yellow sofa covers. Bright yellow sofa covers. So when I say bright, that becomes an adjective. It's really important that we give a lot of adjectives to describe any event. Lastly, you have to write 3 to 5 sentences to describe this image. I'm going to show you an example as well. But before that, I want you to take a moment and try to process everything we have discussed right now. Take a minute. Try to understand what did I just tell. Once you are done with that, let's see the answer on your screen. Here you go. If you notice on your screen, you can see a very good answer written over here. And while I explain it to you, I want you to focus on elements. I want you to focus on adjectives. I want you to focus on details. Now, This is a small, cozy living room. Living room, element 1, small and cozy. Next, it has a soft grey sofa. Sofa, soft grey. Details and adjectives. With bright cushions. What is the color of the cushions? It's bright. A round wooden table sits at the center. Details. Where is the table? At the center. And there is a green plant in the corner. The color of the plant, where is it? In the corner. Details. The sunlight coming through the window. Where is the sunlight coming from? Through the window. Makes the room feel warm and welcoming. Makes the room feel how? Warm and welcoming. Dividing the answer into 3 elements. Focus on details, focus on the elements, and give some adjectives. That's the simple funda to describe any image. Okay, let's read this answer one more time. This is a small cozy living room. It has soft grey sofa with bright cushions. A round wooden table sits at the center, and there is a green plant in the corner. The sunlight coming through the window makes the room feel warm and welcoming. Don't you think this is a very good description of this image? This description will make you sound as if you are a native speaker, and it will make you sound as if you are confident and you can speak effectively and fluently without any grammatical errors. Okay? Now, Ash, this is all fine. You have given some time, we got the answer, but how do I do it? How do I really practice? We'll talk about that in a while. How to practice, that's the first element that I want you to do. The first thing is, you should write the description in the start of this process. At least for the next 10 days, you should only write the description. Don't start speaking. Don't start trying to do it in the moment. No. Start writing the description for at least 10 days. 10 days equal to 10 themes. This exercise, we are supposed to do it 3 days a week, but if you really have time in the start of your practice, you can make it 10 days in total. For 10 days, you will be writing down description of 10 simple images. This exercise should not take more than 10-15 minutes. And guys, if you are somebody who's eagerly wanting to work on your language, you should at least give 1 hour at home to practice. And this 1 hour you can divide throughout the day. You can take 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes while you're traveling to your office, 10 minutes while you're coming back from office, 20 minutes before you sleep, during lunchtime, or maybe when you don't have any work or when you don't have any sessions, you can do it. Now, I want to share a simple story over here. Back in 2012, while I was in my college, I didn't exactly do this because I didn't know a method like that exists, but I did something similar to this. I used to imagine things in my mind whenever I would want to talk to somebody. Before I went ahead and talked to that person, I would take some time and process what will I say. So I was in a way describing the whole situation in my mind. Some people are calling it thinking in English. Some people are calling it practicing beforehand. Some people call it describing a situation. So fast forward 12 years from then, I have been teaching, I have been formulating methods, and this is the method that I genuinely feel is helpful if you practice according to the steps that I tell you in today's session. I have used it, I have made other students use it, and they all have got remarkable results. All right? Why this method works, I'll tell you in a minute. But before that, later start describing it out loud. Once you are done by writing the description, later we can start practicing it out loud. Okay? Let's say I'm standing in a room. I see my library on left side. Someday I'll show you my library. On the left side, I have my library. So if I have to describe it, I'll say that I have a big wooden library in the corner of a room. The room is quite dark because it's a studio as well. The In my library, I have 4 or 5 shelves in there, and each shelf is tagged with hundreds of books. Each book are from different writers, and they are divided across genres such as fiction, non-fiction, crime, love stories, etc. I am a huge fan of reading, and this is one of the hobby that I have developed in the last couple of days. This is called as describing an image out loud. You can also do it with the live object like I did right now. This is another method that I'm going to teach you later. The video link is over here. But in today's class, we are focusing on describing an image, precisely an image. Next, it won't be perfect in the start. I am telling you this in advance. Initially, this is the most boring exercise you will do. But practice makes you perfect. The more you do the description, the more you start speaking it out loud, you become perfect in this. All right? You really become perfect in this if you practice slowly and gradually. Let me take you to the next part, how to check your grammar. As I have written all the answers, I've started recording my description, but how do I know if I'm doing it correctly? I'm going to show you 3 different tools to check the answer, and each tool has a different purpose to offer. So you can use 3 tools side by side to check 3 independent things. What's the first one? The first one is Grammarly. Grammarly has a free version as well as the paid version. We have a free version and then we have a paid version. In today's session, I'll show you the free version. Paid version is not required for you. It's okay for somebody who is a writer, who is trying to write a book. They can use the paid version of it. You don't need it. This is how your Grammarly will look like. The video might, have some lines over there, so please ignore it. This is how your Grammarly page looks like. Over here, you can type your answer. Over here, you can type your answer and it will automatically suggest you some corrections. The corrections will come over here step by step. Some suggestions might be for premium version, but you can go with the basic suggestions. Type your answer over here, see the suggestions over here. At the same time, it also have a new feature, Write with AI Generative. If you want to take help of AI, it will automatically give you the suggestions. Okay. Moving on, we have the next tool, which is Quillbot. Quillbot is precisely used for multiple purposes, but one major purpose of Quillbot is it helps you to paraphrase your answer. Whatever answer you have written, if you want to change the language, if you want to change the tone of the answer, you can use Quillbot. It's used for paraphrasing. Let me show you how Quillbot looks like. This is the page of Quillbot. You just have to log in with your email addresses. In Quillbot, you will type your answer over here. You will click on paraphrase. The suggestion will come here. I have written, you can type your answer here and the Quillbot will suggest the corrections. Here you can input your response and the Quillbot will make correction suggestions. This is paraphrasing, changing the words, changing the tone, changing the tense, everything. Over here, we have a grammar checker, we have AI detector, we have plagiarism checker. Plagiarism helps you to check whether this is a new idea, this is a new content, or you have copy pasted it from somewhere. So these 4 different activities could be done with the help of Quillbot. Moving on, we have the last one, which is easily accessible to everybody who has an Android phone or who has a laptop, Windows or Mac, it's a choice. Mostly in Macs, you have a Microsoft Word editor. If you have Microsoft Office and if you open Microsoft Word, it automatically has an editor inside. How does that work? This is how Microsoft Word page looks like. You have to type your answer over here. while you're typing it, it automatically gives the suggestions. Automatically. If my spelling is wrong over here, it will show some red lines at the bottom. If I do the right click, I can see the correction. This is the third tool which really comes handy. I'm only suggesting you free tools because what's the point of paying for it if you can do something for free? Am I right or am I right? Okay, let's talk about why this method really works, Ash. What's so unique about this method? This method works in 3 different situations. First, it helps you to improve your rhythm. I've already talked about the rhythm part in the previous video. The link is over here. Rhythm is the way a certain language is spoken. So speaking out loud helps you to get familiar with the natural flow of the language. Hindi cannot be spoken like English. English cannot be spoken like Malayalam. Telugu cannot be spoken like Kannada. Or Marathi cannot be spoken like Odia. Every language has a rhythm. And if I want to work on my English rhythm, I should do a description exercise and then I have to do it out loud. Second, it boosts your comprehension. Comprehension means understanding something. You start noticing details and describing them accurately. I'll repeat, you start noticing details and you know how to describe them with the help of right vocab. I want to take a minute here again to just point out something. Every activity in your life can become an activity to enhance your English. Everything you do. If you're having a cup of coffee with a friend, you can actually take a minute from that, think at the back of your mind, can I describe this situation? If you go to a restaurant, it becomes an image. You can click the image in your mind and you can start describing it. Every activity in your life is an opportunity for you to work on your language. Please notice, as I keep telling this multiple times, you don't have to work on a language because it's something that everybody is telling you. You should work on it because it helps you to develop your personality. Let me take you forward to the last point over here. It helps you to build confidence because structuring sentences in the spot makes real life conversation easier. When you practice like this at home and when you go out to talk to actual people, you have many new examples in your mind, you have new vocab added to your dictionary, and you have the confidence to speak correctly. All right, moving on. The more you do this, the faster you improve. This is the simple trick. 10 exercises, write them down. Next 10, record them and speak out loud. And lastly, call to action I have for you is pick an image, any image, pick any image. Describe it. Check using Grammarly and Quillbot. Share your responses in the description. I would love to check your answers. And I keep telling this, comment section is open, guys. Why don't you share some answers with me so I can interact with you? It's not paid, it's free of cost. You can write your answers there. These are 2 exercises or 2 images that I'm giving you as an homework. The answer for these images, you can find it by writing us an email on learnwithsamanash@gmail.com. Image 1, image 2. These are AI generated images, so don't worry, they're very colorful. You have to type the answer in the comment section, or you can write us an email on learnwithsamanash@gmail.com if you want to receive answers or if you want me to check your answers. This is the email address. You can reach out to us. I hope you had fun in today's video. If you want more such hacks to practice English or to become confident in English, you have to subscribe to Learn with Sam and Ash. You have to share these videos with your friends. And most importantly, click on that tiny bell you see on YouTube so that you know next time we are posting a video. I hope you had fun. I'll see you in the next update. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.